Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm naming this House of Nerdy, and today we have to talk about all these new TV spots for No Way Home. There's one specific one that I really want to talk about, and it's a clue to a bigger theory or mystery, if you want to call it. So I want to talk about that. Let's break it down. Like I said in the beginning, these TV spots didn't show much, but what they did show is one particular scene with Dr. Strange, right? And this scene was in the official trailer, but it was different, and the only difference is the time of day. But why this is such a big deal is because I think this is the way that the Spider-Man come in, right? And why do I think that? Thing one, there were leaks and rumors that said that there will be a spell that Dr. Strange does that brings these people in. Now, I also think that there is going to be a different spell than the one that brings all the villains in, right? That Dr. Strange try to cast to either trap or like depower, something that helps Spider-Man. And in the leak, it said Dr. Strange are going to pull the Spider-Man in, and I interpreted that as he's going to intentionally pull them from the universes because he's going to get other Spider-Man to help. But what I think is actually going on is I think it was maybe misinterpreted, or I misinterpreted it, and this spell is going to cause the Spider-Man to come in, right? And I think this has something to do with Loki, right? You see the purple on the spell, but you also see that shot in daytime as well in the official trailer. I feel like it's a big little purple, like prison looking like type thing, like with like purple lines, and it kind of looks like Loki, and we know the multiverse is like breaking and cracking and like forming, and like all those lines are going into each other like we saw from Loki. So I think Loki is really the main cause, and like these big powerful spells that Dr. Strange are trying are just further breaking the multiverse. Like they're just causing more damage to the already like wild multiverse. That's why I think we're going to get Dr. Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now, could this be a tease to that movie? Possibly. I think in general, the whole theme of No Way Home is a tease to Dr. Strange 2 in a way anyways. And I think preluding that and really getting Dr. Strange involved in the Multiverse Madness, even though he already should have been, he probably is aware of these things, but he probably getting more hands-on and trying to fix these problems and caused with things like WandaVision and even on a higher degree Loki. And then you have No Way Home, where I think we're seeing the ramifications. And even probably Hawkeye, because that's going to be going on at the same time as No Way Home. And I would think what we're seeing in that scene in No Way Home is we're seeing that the universe is like cracking, and kind of like in Spider-Verse, people are coming through this universe, right? And I think the Spider-Man, I think it's going to be kind of coincidental, but like it's not going to be purposeful, but it's going to be like people from the universes that the villains are coming from, because that universe or those universes are colliding with our universe at that time. And while we as fans know, oh, it's purposeful because those are the Spider-Man that we watched before, in context of the story, it's going to be coincidental, and Tom Holland or nobody really knows these people. But since these people are from the same universe as the villains, those Spider-Man are going to come in. They're going to find themselves in these universes, maybe forcing them way in, because Dr. Strange said he couldn't stop. And I do think that's going to be before the big fight scene at the end. And I do think like we're going to have some scenes with all the Spider-Man together before we see them like go fight. I think that's going to be the final act. Like we're going to see them all come together and fight those Spider-Man. I think Tobey's going to be fighting Sandman in that scene, and where we saw the lizard getting punched, I think that's going to be Andrew, and I think our Spider-Man is going to be fighting Electro. I also think there's going to be like some teases to Miles Morales as well. This movie might give us some Miles Morales. Who knows? We know he's in our universe. Who knows if like they actually do something, or if Sony wants to do something with Miles. They can establish him live action, maybe from that Spider-Verse universe. Who knows? They have a lot of options they can do, but I definitely think that that's teasing the Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man are going to come through and help Spider-Man after he's had like already fought the villains by himself and he's been beat up. We've seen some scenes that he's beat up before the like end thing, and we see maybe somebody's already died at that point, right? Maybe somebody like Aunt May or Happy. That's what I'm thinking. Aunt May, in my opinion, is probably going to die in this film before the final act, and that's going to really take his toll. He's going to need some support and some people that have gone through some tough times, like Andrew Garfield, who had Gwen Stacy die because he couldn't save her and stuff like that. And I'm really excited, and I really can't wait for this movie. I think it's going to be a great movie. Yeah, there's a lot of fan service, if you want to call it that, like fan goodness, some nerdy stuff, some sweaty stuff that a lot of nerds have been wanting for a long time. But I just think it's going to be a good movie. It's going to put Spider-Man through the ringer, something that Spider-Man fans like. That's just what the character is about, suffering and getting over that, and using his power for good and not just giving up. Because you have this power, why not just use it? You know what I mean? So that's the whole point of character, and I think we're going to get more of that in this film than we gotten combined with any Spider-Man content thus far in the MCU. So I'm just really excited, and I can't wait. And if you agree or disagree, leave opinions down below.